So yesterday I uploaded a video that I want to make an important edit to. I did my Target ID Bible over the weekend for the Minelab Manticore, and as of this moment right now, the Manticore is missing a lot of gold. So the Target ID Bible for the Manticore is coming out very, very soon, maybe even tomorrow. But I finished this stuff yesterday. I finished the research on it and all of the labeling. Man, did I learn a lot. And what I'm telling you, at least right now, the Manticore is missing gold. Let me show you what I mean. It's not only bad news, though. Now, let me just say first, I have never seen a better machine with bottle caps. Like, this is incredible, but let's go through the settings first. I have it on all-terrain, general, and I have the mask on. It's important that you note that, okay? So bottle cap number 1, next to nothing. Bottle cap number 2, next to nothing. I'm swinging bottle cap number 3, similar, absolutely nothing for bottle cap number 4, bottle cap number 5. So you're hearing these little blips, but if you look at it is in the area that is it masked out. So you don't get bottle caps. They have completely succeeded with that. But in this area, this first part, it is missing some gold. Let me show you what I mean. Let me preface that a little bit. It's really great with bottle caps. If you have a new bottle cap, it's going to be able to read that. And of course, you don't want to dig that. In terms of older ones, sure, there's going to be a few that sneak through and surprise you, but it's really good at mitigating bottle caps, like better than anything else I've ever seen. So this is not spaghetti gold, okay? It's 10K. I'll show you the engraving in a second. And let's put it on the scale. It is 0.4 of an ounce of 10K gold. 0.4 ounces equals 11.33 grams. At 10K gold, that's $295. That's nothing to sneeze at. Now, let me just show you the engraving. It has been acid tested, and got the engraving here, and the 10K. But again, we have the mask on here. Now we're gonna ball this up, okay? And I'm gonna start swinging. Nothing. Look at where the dot is on the target trace. It is in the section that is notched out. You hear nothing. Now, let me turn this off. Now we're getting it. But if you're going, default program and default masking, you're not going to get this. This is a pretty significant piece of gold. Now, what exactly is getting notched out? It's the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. The manual states that the ID map has a conductive horizontal axis and a ferrous vertical axis. The horizontal axis correlates to the target IDs ranging from 1 to 99. It indicates how conductive a target is. And while a metal detector like the Minelab Equinox went into negatives on the target ID scale, what the Manticore seems to do is put the ferrous numbers up in here. For instance, when I was doing the bottle caps, they were ending up here. But this is a default, and I did a manual reset to the machine to make sure that I didn't mess with it. This is a default. When you put this on, when you put the mask on, numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 are notched out. But there's gold to be had in that range. That chain, that was just one thing. Let me show you some more. Now there's more. So we got some gold and diamonds. This is also 10K. Let's show you the engraving. 10K right there. So anyway, we're having the same problems with this. Now, mask is on. See this? See where the dot is? Again, if I go true all metal, it is not getting that. What are the takeaways from this? Well, at the beach, you are going all metal. Yes, it gets chatty when it's all metal, but you are going all metal at the beach, and you want to dig those low numbers. Here's another one. It's a tiny 14K earring. Same problem. It's in that range that is notched out. All right, so we have another one right here. Heavy gold chain. And let's do the same thing. Ball it up. And it is in that range, which is getting notched out. So again, let's take a look at what we would be missing. All of this gold is getting notched out right now. Now the problem is, if you go all metal mode on the beach, it's a chatty machine. It is phenomenal with these, phenomenal. But there is a trade-off, and you're missing out on all of this gold. That's significant. Now let's get a little perspective on this, because this is not unique to the Manticore. That second chain that you saw, the Nocta Macro Legend, had the same issue early on, and they fixed it. When the Legend came out, there was a similar problem. The lower values, the lower numbers in the gold range got rejected because the machine, it had an iron range that was 1 to 10, but you still could get gold in that range. They fixed that. I expect Minelab to do the same thing. So how do you work around this until Minelab comes up with a fix? You metal detect in all metal mode. What I've noticed, especially at the beach, is that it gets a bit chatty in all metal mode. Or you can adjust the notch on it and just be aware that it's that first segment that you would just have to open up in order to get those gold pieces. Everything else would stay the same. The only thing is, I did a factory reset first, and in terms of the discrimination pattern on the side, you know, it's already at the least restrictive. It's at 0, and I can add to it, but it's at 0, and that would notch out more. And just going back to the discrimination pattern, it's very much what I had before. It's either there or it's not. This is the only way that you're getting the gold. So the whole point of this channel is credible information. I've said before, and I'll say it again, I don't know everything. And when I'm mistaken about something, I'll say I'm wrong. It's really not a big deal. And we're fixing this. We're taking the video down yesterday, and there was something that I missed. There was an angle that I missed that one of the comments pointed out. Now, read this. Merrill, on the Manticore, you have 5 all-terrain programs and 4 beach programs. The beach programs have only ID 0 notched out for iron falses. The rest of the ID map 1 through 99 is accepted. You were doing your gold testing on the all-terrain general program, which rejects IDs 0 through 4. Use the beach programs at the beach and the terrain programs in the dirt. You could unmask, accept IDs 1-4 in the AT general program if you want to look for very low conductive gold jewelry in the trash turf, but you need patience of a saint and may end up having panic episodes every time you see a piece of foil. You are absolutely correct, sir, and I wrote that, and here's where we show you the difference. Now, all of the testing that I did in this video is in all-terrain general. I mean, that all-terrain, that sure sounds like all different types of environments, you know, whether it's dirt or sand. So I felt that this was the most generic, and actually it is the first one that's offered. So I did my testing in that. And when you are in that, it notches out this little area right in here. And that's numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 on a scale of 99. Iron kind of goes like this. If something is showing iron, it's going to be here or down here. If you have something with like no ferrous properties, it's going to be on this line. Now, here's the thing. This is the notch. And basically, I can take that off. And you'll see me later in this video, like, oh my goodness, like this is getting notched out. They're losing gold. Well, if you go, let's put it this way, in an environment like this, you get a lot less ring drops. And like the majority of my rings have been found on beaches. And you get a lot more foil. So I get it why they did that, because the foil can really be in that range. Now, let's go back to this and let's switch this to beach. Beach general, that's the general beach mode. Now take a look at this. 1, 2, 3, and 4 is there. So basically, Minelab thought of that. And, you know, I had an honest response. That I was like, okay, wow, they didn't think of that. Nocta had a similar issue. And when you're making a metal detector that is trying to reject objects that you really don't want to dig, and, you know, be able to identify objects that you do want to dig, that's a tough task. So it wouldn't have been terrible if they did mess up on that, and they could have fixed that with the firmware update. But they don't need to, is the point. So big thanks to Captain Dan for that. And we're going to take that original video down. We're replacing it with this one. Really, everything in its entirety is still there, except for my rant at the end. And I'm replacing it with this rant at the end. Thanks for watching, everybody.